It's time for Waking Up with Wesley. Today's forecast and weather-wide discussion with WLOX First Alert Weather's senior meteorologist, Wesley Williams.
Waking Up with Wesley is sponsored by Exclusive Auto Brokers. For the best deals on wheels, visit Exclusive Auto Brokers on Beatline Road in Long Beach.
Well, good morning, South Mississippi, and happy Friday. It is going to be a really nice end to the week here. As you can see here on the Hancock Whitney camera, I am meteorologist Aaron Colby. I will be filling in for Wesley today. And you can see here that we are off to a fantastic start across South Mississippi. Out there right now, this is the information from the Gulfport Airport. It is currently 77 degrees, and we are looking at a very humid start to the day as well. That heat index expected to go way up as we travel into the afternoon hours. And just like yesterday, we could catch a couple of showers and storms, mainly through the mid to early afternoon hours, becoming a little bit more widespread, especially during the mid and late afternoon hours before they do begin to dissipate and move out of South Mississippi. Very similar to what we did see yesterday, but today the potential for maybe a few more storms than what we saw as we went through the day yesterday. Temperatures out there right now, as of a little after 8:30, things are starting to heat up already. We woke up with many spots all the way down in the 60s, a little bit cooler than the past several days. But you can see already several spots heating up very quickly, especially along the coast, where several areas like Long Beach, Biloxi, Grand Bay, as well as very close to Pascagoula there, these are already at 79, almost into the 80s. And as we look at the forecast for today, as we go into the afternoon hours, things are going to be very hot. High temperatures expected to be around 90 degrees. And especially as we move into those afternoon hours, we start to build some cloud cover and we'll get some of those scattered showers and storms. Looking at the heat index as well, so ahead of the showers and storms for this afternoon, it is going to get very hot and very humid. Remember, heat index is a apparent temperature. It's used to reference both temperature and humidity, and it also gives us the impact on the human body if you're going to be out there for a long period of time. And you can see here 100 to 105 expected for today. So that does mean that there's the much higher concern or higher danger for things like heat stress or heat exhaustion if you're going to be out there for a long period of time, especially if you're not going to take the proper precautions. You want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water. It's also really important to stay hydrated even before you head out into the sun. Day before, morning of, you still want to be drinking plenty of water to keep yourself hydrated, and try to limit direct exposure to these extreme heat index values. If you can, move back into the shade, back into the air conditioning whenever possible, to limit the exposure and the threat of these heat stress, heat exhaustion, things like that. Cramps, headaches, excessive sweating are usually those early warning signs that you need to go ahead and move back indoors. Taking a look at the radar, as of right now, things are all clear across South Mississippi at 8:40 a.m. We are going to keep an eye out for at least a few of those showers, just like the past few days. A few showers may spark up here as we move into the midday hours. And looking at futurecasts, very, very similar to what we saw yesterday. As we go towards the midday hours, some storms may start to spark up, especially over in Louisiana. They start to travel to the north and east, and several of them may be making their way into South Mississippi as we go into about the 3 or 4 o'clock hour. At least a few of which could become strong, just like we have seen the past couple of days. At least a few storms could become capable of producing gusty winds, heavy rainfall, very small hail, or very frequent lightning. So those are things we want to be watching for. Not everybody gets these storms today, but at least a few could. So you always just want to remember, when thunder roars, get indoors. These are very short-lived storms as well. So if you have to quickly get a plan B ready, move back indoors, wait till the rain ends, wait until the thunder is far enough away to where you are barely or not hearing it at all, and then you may return back outdoors. Give it about 10 to 20 minutes and things should return to those hot afternoon conditions. Then we go into the evening hours. These storms and showers may start to become a lot more sporadic, just like we've seen the past few days. They appear and then they disappear just as fast as they have entered the area. Going into the overnight hours, maybe a few lingering clouds, but for the most part, things will return right back to those mostly sunny skies. If you're using the WLOX First Alert weather app to track these storms, make sure when you go into radar mode, you need to make sure that the little gray box in the corner is set to past mode. You want to make sure now you do this because then you're looking at past data, and that is going to give you the live radar updates if you move the blue icon all the way to the right hand side of the screen. If it's in future mode or if it's in past plus future, then what you're actually looking at is our futurecast, trying to interpret where storms possibly are going to be over the next hour or two. So that's the difference between past and future on the app. Let's take a look at the weekend forecast. Things look fantastic heading into the weekend. Saturday, slightly higher chance of picking up those afternoon showers and storms, just like yesterday and today. Maybe just a few more of those storms than what we have been seeing over the past several weeks. Just in terms of the coverage and intensity. That will also help keep that temperature just a little bit lower with those higher cloud cover, higher number of storms. But also the heat index is going to be on the rise as we head into the weekend. Today, 100 to 105. Tomorrow, 105 to 110. Starting to creep up into that territory where heat advisories may have to be issued. If the National Weather Service does so, you'll be the first to hear about it here on the line, on air, or through the WLOX First Alert weather app. Make sure notifications are turned on. Now, of course, once again, afternoon showers and storms possible on Saturday, maybe a little bit more coverage than what we have seen, very similar to what we saw yesterday. But then we go to Sunday, the chance of rain does start to go down. We have a high pressure system on its way in. Those high pressure systems, especially this time of year, you might refer to them, or you might hear us refer to them as a heat dome. And it is because these high pressure systems kind of act like a compression dome. It moves over the Gulf Coast, it compresses the air and helps it heat up because high pressure at the upper levels causes air to sink. With that, you will start to see those high temperatures really start to move on up. Stray showers and storms still possible as we go through those afternoon hours as well. Here's what we're looking at for early next week. There's that heat dome, that high pressure system in the upper parts of the atmosphere moves over the Gulf Coast, expected to settle into our parts of the country, especially as we go through about Monday or Tuesday. And we'll be directly under that system. That means that those temperatures will be on their way up. Many of us seeing about 95 degrees, maybe even a little bit higher than that if you're further inland. So just keep in mind that it is going to get very hot. And along with that, the humidity will also be on the rise. If both the temperature and the humidity are both rising, that is the recipe for that heat index to really skyrocket, especially as we go into Sunday, Monday, even into Tuesday. We could see the heat index get above 110, maybe even above 115. So that's those very, very hot days where high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, very high humidity, dew point in the 70s or 80s. That's going to bring that heat index really, really high. And then you have that much higher danger for heat exhaustion or even heat stroke. So you do want to be drinking plenty of water, staying hydrated if you're planning on being out there at all. Looking at the tropical outlook, let's turn over to the tropics now. Things have been very quiet, which is, now I know it might seem like, hey, nothing is really happening in the tropics, but this is actually much closer to what we would consider a normal year. The second and third named storm of the season is typically in early to mid-July, and we have had 3 tropical storms so far. So even though it feels like nothing has been happening, we are right on track to a normal or even slightly above normal season since Tropical Storm Chantal did form in early June. As of right now, no tropical systems expected over the next 5 to 7 days, which is also some great news there. But let's look just a little bit further ahead. This is going to be the week of July 16th through 22nd, so about just under a week away. And what we're expecting is that a cold front will begin to approach the Gulf of Mexico, and as it does so, it will allow for a very broad low pressure system to develop. With that, this is very similar to how Tropical Chantal formed, where we get a stalling front, very broad low pressure system, and with that you can get a pool of moisture, lots of tropical moisture, very high sea surface temperatures, things like that can try and help fuel at least some tropical development, but it is just too early to tell exactly how that will develop, if it even will at all. So just something to kind of bookmark, check back in about 4 or 5 days to see if anything's expected. We'll be keeping an eye on model trends here at the WLOX First Alert Weather Team is going to continue just to keep an eye on it. Any necessary updates will go directly onto the websites, as well as the weather app, and of course on social media and on air. Next name on the list, should we need a name anytime soon, would be Dexter, as we have moved, like I said, at about a normal pace through hurricane season, with 3 tropical storms so far. Andrea out in the middle of the Atlantic, Barry, which made landfall in Mexico, and Tropical Storm Chantal, which moved into South Carolina last week. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Things look really good over the next couple of days. Higher chance of rain as we head into the weekend, and of course with that high pressure system on its way, there is a very good chance that we're going to see those very, very hot temperatures start to move into the area. Just keep in mind, stay hydrated, and maybe keep the umbrella nearby as well. There is the potential for those afternoon showers and storms each afternoon.
Waking Up with Wesley has been sponsored by Exclusive Auto Brokers. For the best deals on wheels, visit Exclusive Auto Brokers on Beatline Road in Long Beach.